Don't come to my show and it's okay is what Sabrina said, as she's now being criticized for her tour outfits.
Sabrina Carpenter, objectively these days, makes music. Her stage is built to look like a male's genitalia.
Sabrina Carpenter ain't trying to be the next Taylor Swift. She's ditching the sweet girl image on purpose. That Disney charm? Gone. She's diving headfirst into a bolder, more provocative vibe, and some fans are seriously confused. This ex-Disney sweetheart is done playing it safe. She's shaking off that family-friendly label and throwing out content that's way more grown up. Like it or not, she's serving up a new side of herself and making sure everyone sees it loud and clear. Yeah, Sabrina hit the big time last year, riding high with hits like Espresso and Please, 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 but now she's at a major career crossroads. No cap, she's clearly trying to reinvent herself, but it's got people asking, is this glow up or just a meltdown? Truth is, she's not new to the game. She's been grinding in entertainment for years. Remember when she was that bubbly Disney kid with the big smile and even bigger dreams? That's ancient history now. What we're seeing is another classic flip. The same switch we saw with Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, and Miley Cyrus. Disney darlings turning up the heat as they step into their grown era. It's almost like a rite of passage, squeaky clean stars flipping the script and testing limits the moment they turn the page into adulthood. But is Sabrina owning her power or losing her way? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think she's thriving or trying too hard? Hit that like button if you've seen this story play out before, and don't forget to subscribe for more drama you won't want to miss. But Sabrina's struggling harder than most. One person even called it the curse of the Disney Channel black hole. Why? Because no matter how grown she gets, people still see her as that teenage girl from those rerun Disney shows. Like her past is still playing on TV while she's out here trying to live her adult life. It's like she's stuck in time, and folks refuse to let her grow up. When she first stepped out with that polished pinup pop star vibe, it hit. People loved the glam, the gloss, the glow-up. It was a perfect match for her debut into mainstream music. But pop music moves fast. 1 second you're fresh, the next you're yesterday's news. And now, it feels like she's scrambling to keep the spotlight. But the rebrand ain't landing the way she hoped, and now the backlash is getting loud. One article dropped the hammer, accusing Sabrina of pushing a raunchy image that's setting women back. That's wild, but it doesn't stop there. Legendary music producers Mike Stock, Matt Aitken, and Pete Waterman jumped in, dragging her lyrics and style as straight-up lazy. They're calling her whole aesthetic over the top and unnecessary. Pete Waterman even went so far as to say Sabrina dresses like a little girl, and he found it offensive. He thinks she's leaning way too hard into sexualizing her image when she could be letting her natural talent do the talking instead. So now the big question is this just part of her evolution, or is she caught in an identity crisis? Let us know in the comments, is she breaking free or breaking down? Smash that like button if you think this controversy is just heating up, and make sure to subscribe for more jaw-dropping updates. So yeah, it's no surprise people are a little stunned hearing Sabrina talk the way she does now. It gives that same whiplash we all felt when Miley Cyrus flipped the script, going from sweet to spicy real fast. Sources say Sabrina struggled at first to find her groove in this bold new image. Word is, she felt like she was acting, not being real. But now, after scoring big with Espresso and Please, 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 she's finally settling into the spotlight. She's loving the fame, no doubt, but it came with a serious style shift. Insiders are spilling that her rise isn't just talent-driven, it's tied to this whole sex pot persona and her cheeky, almost teasing attitude. Ever since she signed with Island Records in 2021, it's been a full-on transformation. And get this, we dug up an old clip of Sabrina performing before she blew up, And honestly, the energy's the same. She's always had that sass. It's just way more amplified now. But here's why I had to talk about this. Some of the recent headlines about her are wild. Sure, she's got major money and a powerhouse team backing her, so they're not about to let anything ruin her image. But when headlines start throwing around words like dirty and vulgar, that's a problem, especially for families. Parents read that and they're thinking twice before buying tickets for their kids. It's like, who's the show really for now? What do you think? Is this Sabrina being her true self, or is it all just part of the act? Drop your take in the comments, hit that like button if this surprised you, and don't forget to subscribe for more tea every week. Even though Sabrina says her music's for adults now, let's be real, she still has tons of young girl fans. Touring with Taylor Swift definitely boosted that younger crowd, so naturally, some parents still think of her as a safe pick for their kids. But after what's been going down on stage lately, that idea's getting crushed real quick. Take her song Juno. It's been slammed for being way too suggestive. And it's not just the lyrics, it's the performance that's got people talking. Every time she hits the stage with that song, she switches up the moves, literally acting out different bedroom scenes. At one show, she even busted out pink handcuffs and started getting wild with the mic. Yeah, that mic. You don't need much imagination to get the picture. Let me paint it for you. She knows exactly what she's doing up there, and it's pushing the envelope on purpose. So it totally makes sense why some parents are like, nope, we're not bringing our kids to this. Social media's lit up with clips from her shows, and a lot of fans and parents are calling the whole vibe too much and way over the line. They're saying it's vulgar, hypersexual, and just plain awkward when kids are watching from the crowd. Now, don't get it twisted. I believe artists should have the freedom to express themselves. But when your fan base includes minors, you gotta expect some heat when you crank it up like that on stage. What's your take? Is Sabrina doing too much or just doing her? Sound off in the comments, hit that like button if this shocked you, and subscribe for more spicy updates coming soon. But let's be honest, Sabrina's not who she used to be. She came up being compared to Olivia Rodrigo and Taylor Swift. Sweet, talented, relatable. But that girl? She's long gone. What we're seeing now is a whole new persona, and not everyone's vibing with it. One person on Twitter straight up said, "I'm sorry, but am I the only one offended? Like, why is she being disgustingly sexual in front of children?" And trust, that wasn't the only comment sounding the alarm. This all blew up after Sabrina dropped a TikTok on Wednesday. She joined in on that viral "in the club" trend. You know, the one with that wild scene from Broad City? It's known for being edgy, and she definitely leaned into it. But it was her caption that really got people side-eyeing her. It said, "My 30-year-old fans trying to talk to my 12-year-old fans." Like, huh? People were quick to call it out. One Twitter user clapped back, "Well, I hope your 30-year-old fans aren't doing that, Sabrina." And before anyone could jump to her defense with, "Why are kids even going to her shows?" another person shut that down saying, "Remember that? She's encouraging them to come." And it didn't stop there. Another comment blasted her. "She's being so dirty and vulgar to teenagers, it's disgusting." Fans are really split. Some see her as pushing boundaries, others think she's pushing way too far. And just when things were heating up, she dropped a new magazine shoot with W Magazine, and yep, it stirred even more drama. What do you think? Is Sabrina in control of her image, or is it spiraling? Let's hear your take in the comments. Hit that like if this shocked you, and make sure to subscribe for more jaw-dropping updates. Sabrina Carpenter's image? It's taking a step backward, and not in a good way. Her music may be aimed at grown women, but the way she's packaged, it's targeting something else entirely. Critics are saying her whole brand is built around this weird, 90s-style, hyper-girlhood aesthetic, like she's playing dress-up as a little girl. even though she's a grown woman. And whether it's on purpose or not, it sends a really mixed message. The issue is that her visuals and performances invite audiences to view her like she's younger than she really is, like she's playing pretend. One viral TikTok pointed out how Sabrina ends some of her performances with cheeky little outros, stuff that's meant to be cute or flirty, but for some people, it hit wrong, real wrong. Some fans are calling out how she leans into that tiny, sexy girl trope, but with a disturbing twist. She's even dropped lines that straight up compare herself to a prepubescent child. Like, what? That's beyond cheeky. It's unsettling. And it's not just about being playful. Some believe this kind of branding plays into deeper issues, where certain audiences favor her because she looks young and mixes that with adult content. That combo, it's causing serious side-eye across the internet. And the weirdest part? These comments and performances weren't tucked away. They were front and center during her International League of the Less tour this year. She performed in front of mostly adult crowds, because despite what people say about Taylor Swift's fan base, only around 5% of the Eras Tour audience was under 18. So Sabrina knew who was watching when she sang lines like, "I'm full grown, but I look like a niña." Yeah, she said that. So now everyone's asking, is this just edgy pop branding or something way more problematic? Drop your thoughts in the comments, tap that like button if this gave you secondhand cringe, and subscribe for more breakdowns you won't hear anywhere else. And just when you think Sabrina's image couldn't spark more buzz, she doubles down. At her recent shows, fans notice she's been leaning even harder into the controversial persona. One performance had her walking out in a frilly baby pink dress with knee socks, basically looking like she just stepped out of a dollhouse. But minutes later, she's on the floor arching her back, delivering her most explicit lyrics with a wink. It's the contrast that's throwing people off. 1 second she's sugar, the next she's straight fire. People online are calling it confusing, calculated, and for some, deeply uncomfortable. Critics say Sabrina's playing both sides. She wants to be taken seriously as a grown, empowered artist and keep the attention that comes from appearing young and innocent. That balancing act? It's starting to crack. One fan tweeted, "It's like she's baiting 2 different audiences and hoping no one notices." But people are noticing, and not all the feedback is cute. Some say this back-and-forth identity isn't just messy, it's dangerous, because it blurs real-world boundaries that should stay crystal clear. And the industry? It's watching. Because behind Sabrina's stage presence is a massive machine. Stylists, managers, marketing execs, all helping shape this image. So the real question is, how much of this is truly her, and how much is being manufactured to sell a look that keeps people talking? No matter what, one thing's clear. This isn't just about pop music anymore. It's about perception, power, and the fine line between art and exploitation. What do you think? Is Sabrina pushing creative freedom to its limits, or has the brand gone too far? Hit that like button if you've got questions too. Drop a comment with your take, and don't forget to subscribe for more raw breakdowns you won't get from the mainstream. Now here's where it gets even messier, because some fans are starting to feel betrayed. There's a growing group online saying they supported Sabrina because they saw her as fresh, real, and relatable. But now, they're questioning if that was just part of a carefully crafted image all along. One viral post said, "I didn't sign up to stan a character. I thought I was supporting a real person." Oof. And let's not ignore the timing. Just as Sabrina's music is climbing the charts, the visuals and antics are getting more controversial. Whether it's the lyrics, the outfits, or those now infamous stage performances, it feels like the edginess is being used as fuel to keep her trending. And guess what? It's working. But that's the thing. When controversy becomes part of the marketing plan, it makes people wonder, where's the line between evolution and manipulation? Even fans who once defended her are starting to pull back. One comment read, "At first I thought she was just growing up. Now it feels like she's being turned into something to sell." And when your own supporters start calling out the machine behind the music, that's a red flag the industry can't ignore. Some say it's a smart move, embracing shock value in a crowded pop space. But others argue she's risking long-term respect for short-term attention. And let's be real, the internet never forgets. So, what's next for Sabrina? Will she double down again or finally address the criticism head-on? Let's hear it. Are fans being too harsh, or are their concerns legit? Smash that like button if you've seen this switch up before, drop a comment to join the convo, and make sure to subscribe for more real talk on your faves. Come put something big in my casita, Mexico. Yeah, she really said that. And then there's the line from Gardens by the Bay. I want to go there, then I'll take you somewhere that has no hair. And she's talking about Singapore, like, what even is that line supposed to mean? It's got people scratching their heads and asking, who is this music really for? Because if Sabrina isn't making content for kids, then why is she popping up in Fortnite of all places? That game's got a massive kid audience. Sure, adults play it too, but let's not pretend most of the player base isn't under 18. So why is she diving into that world while putting out music and performances like this? Apparently, some of her fans were so inspired by her steamy tour moves that they started recreating them inside Fortnite. Yeah, you heard that right. She now has a Fortnite festival skin, and the animations? They're a little too close to her live stage theatrics. There's a clip floating around of her Fortnite avatar getting down in some suggestive ways. And it's got people seriously concerned. Imagine kids buying her skin and unlocking poses that mirror her risque tour choreography. It's giving mixed messages all over the place. Now you can't scroll without seeing her, on stage, online, in music videos, and now in one of the biggest kid-focused games in the world. So now the question is, what's next for Sabrina? Can she keep pushing this line, or is she about to switch it up for real? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this all just smart branding, or has it gone too far? Smash that like button if this left you shook, and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the pop world's biggest controversies.